What's up, y'all? It's your girl. We are back with another video of me minding someone else's business, per usual. This time, this video, we're going to be talking about Lynn and Jamal. You might not know who Lynn and Jamal is, but if you don't, let me tell you who they are. Lynn and Jamal is a couple that went viral for their journey. What's their journey? Well, Jamal suffered a TBI about 5 years ago, I think 3 years into their relationship, where he lost the ability to do pretty much everything. He got shot in the dome. He passed away. They brought him back to life. And when he came back, unfortunately, he was left with this TBI because of what he went through. She helped to bring him from a point of, like I said, he was incapable of doing anything. He was like laying in a bed. Now he can walk. He's able to talk. He's out exploring the world by himself. He's getting back to some of the old things he used to be into. And it sounds like that is the problem. Well, Lynn is going to be the one that's in this feature in this video. And she had a very transparent moment where she answered some questions about some of the things that she is going through. She allowed people to join the panel to give advice and stuff like that. And a lot of people took this video as her announcing like her departure, like she was leaving him. Even though in the video, she said that Jamal will never be by himself. He will be never left like without nothing. Although if he would like to continue to live the lifestyle that he's living, he would have to make the choice to stay there, right? So, but a lot of people took this video as her like announcing her departure. His family end up going live because this is his girlfriend, right? So his family goes live. His mother's side of his family goes live and accuses her of cheating on him, accuses her of using him for money, accuses her even of abuse, okay? And it turned into a complete SHIT show. But before we get into all that, I want you guys to listen to this highlight, okay? And it's going to be a little lengthy, so get comfortable, get your snacks, get your beverages. And I want you guys to listen without a judgmental ear. And tell me if you got from this that she is ready to leave him or like she's given up on him. I'm going to also include the link in the description box so that you guys can go watch the full video if you want. It's like an hour and 35 minutes long. So let's get into it.
If I had to tell a girl who had just met a street dude, I'd be like, don't date him. Leave him alone. Like, you don't want what comes with it, you know? I think that women, they get with the men and they don't think about that because they want a quick bag. They want their bills paid, you know, like that stuff. And it's just like other shit comes with it. And then are you ready to deal with what comes with it? Men who out here doing their thing and then they go to jail. I don't think they honestly tell. Like, how did you really feel when you went to jail and you called your mans and they didn't answer the phone? You know, nobody likes to talk about the truth, but I want to tell y'all the truth about some stuff. Let me see if this is her and she's ready. She ready. So we're going to have a little conversation. We're going to do this probably 2-3 times a week. I sent her some questions and I want her to ask them to me. I'm going to answer them. If she sees a few good ones, she can answer them. But yeah, this is not I want to argue with nobody. This is not a debate. Feel free to say your opinion because everybody has them. Everybody's in different situations. We just learned something new because I'm doing a healing journey. So this is my day 1. So let's just get it started. I'll be making videos too, but I also will be doing lives. So yeah.
Give me 1 minute.
Okay. I'll put my camera on so I can hear you. And I got you on the charger. Let me see. One thing. Okay, so one thing I am gonna do is I want to make a video that not shows, because I'm not gonna show it. I'm gonna tell pros and cons, specifically TBI, because that's what I know. I want to say these are the good things that happen with a TBI. These are the bad things that come with it. Now, give or take, what I have went through with someone having a TBI might not be your experience because of the different levels. Some is severe, some is not. Everybody's different. One thing they all gonna have is they're all gonna have aggression. Why? I think it's just your life changing and you're just frustrated. What you got the right, your life changed, you know?
So Y'all heard the advice she gave y'all, right? Don't mess with them street dudes. A lot come along with it. I know a lot of us always think, oh, we want the bag, we want the money, we want the easy life. But that easy life come with consequences, okay? And repercussions. And sometimes struggle beyond financial measure. So let's continue to listen.
TBI is traumatic brain injury. Again, there's no rule book. There's no, this is what's going to happen. This is what you're about to go through, because everybody's is different. Some people's is super, super easy. And some people, you can't even come into the room with them because they will hurt you. So, you know, you just kind of learn your person, or, you know, family member, whatever it is. Hold on, I'm trying to get this to stand up. But yeah, just for one, Google TBI. Thank you, baby. We need all the kisses. I put them for that. But where I want to start is, well, first I'll tell you, me and Jamal, we got together in 2017, and we had a really good relationship. You know, everything, you know, so you just have to figure it out. He gamble, he can get on a flight, like, he don't need that. Like, that's not where we are. Like, I wish y'all would take that part completely out, because that's not it at all. I think Jamal is doing really, really good. I think I have personally got Jamal as far as I feel like he can go. I feel like Jamal has to work harder to get where he wants to go. But I also feel like if you continue to deal with people who are in your past, you're not going to be able to continue to get to where your future is, because they're going to continue pulling you back. It's like you want to walk, but then you're dealing with devilish people. God's not going to let you walk, because he's like, if I let you walk, you're going to go do this, you're going to do this, you're going to go do this. So it's like, no matter what I say and what I push, if you're continuing to go over there and do this and that and the third, you're not going to get better. You're not going to get better. Now, for me, it's like, well, what do I do if I want to go left and this person wants to go right? One thing, let's make it really, really clear. Jamal would never go without. So this conversation isn't about him not having nothing, not having a roof over his head. Jamal will never, ever go without.
So if you're paying attention to what she's talking about the struggles that she's currently going through with Jamal. Now that he has found his own independence and he's able to move about on his own, making his own decisions, be where he want to be when he wants to be there, because he is a grown man. Although he's been through this traumatic situation, you know, he has grown from it. He has relearned a lot of different life skills, and now he back outside in the streets. And it sounded like to me that some of the decisions that he's making are not good ones. It sounds to me like he is either surrounding himself with the same old people, or he's surrounding himself with new people who are still doing some of the very same habits that ended him up in the situation to be in the predicament that he is, which landed him with a TBI. And she sounds like she's just like frustrated with that. Let's continue.
This is about having transparency with dealing with somebody with a TBI and the things that you go through that people don't talk about. And we're just supposed to be okay with it because we take care of them. That's why it's like we're more than just a caregiver. We have feelings. We have needs. We want to get our life back too. It's so many things, and I feel like we get put on the back line. Like, if there's one thing that I could start, is something for caregivers, because everybody's just like, oh, you know, take care of the person, you know, that's it. And it's just like, we got to make sure we stay healthy. Like, there's so much stuff, we don't get breaks. And then it depends too on the person you're taking care of. You could be taking care of a person who is just absolutely disgusting to you.
This conversation probably hit home for a lot of different people. If you ever taken care of anyone, whether it was a parent, a sibling, a spouse, a child, there are people who have children who are born with disabilities that are beyond their control. Our parents get older and things happen like strokes, things happen like dementia and things like that. There are incidents that happen with people that give them some type of limitation when they were accustomed to being able to do everything on their own. And a lot of times these people grow angry, who end up with some type of injury or restriction later on in life that they didn't have before. And caring for someone that needs 24-hour around the clock care gets hard. Yes, you love them. Yes, you want to provide for them, but it is hard. And then if you add on top of that someone who has bad behavior, even if it is a behavior that they can't necessarily control, because there are injuries like TBI, aggression and stuff like that comes along with it. You have children who suffer from, autism and things like that. And aggression can come with it. Mental health issues where people spaz out and do things. It's not within their control. It's not something that they can control necessarily. But although they can't control it, doesn't mean that you as the caregiver don't feel some type of way, don't get tired, aren't stressed. These are the real emotions that people go through who are caregivers and deal with these types of things. And some of y'all have the very same questions that she is being transparent about, but a lot of people are afraid to speak out about them because of the backlash and the criticism people get, because a lot of people feel like, oh, just do it. If you love them, you'll just do it and don't complain. But that's not reality. That's not real life. This is real life. Let's continue.
Absolutely disgusting to you. And then you have to, because you might be the mom, you might be the son, you might be the girlfriend, you might be the cousin,
I just said all those
that'd
things.
be the things too. I want y'all to find somebody in your life that means a lot and say it was that person that was hurt, and would you let them do these things to you? Even when it comes to disrespect. I know there's a lot of people on here that do not like when people disrespect them. So imagine if it was your loved one and they're constantly disrespecting you. How much disrespect you gonna let go? What if it's your mom? But your mom got a stroke. She know you there, but that's just something that comes with it. So we're not saying that they did it before. We're saying this is part of whatever injury that they have, and you have to figure out, are you going to continue to deal with that? Because now this is part of them. And you might be like, shoot, I ain't gonna, what was it? There's a guy on here and his grandma be spitting on him. Is you gonna want to deal with somebody who keeps spitting on you? Like, spitting is nasty. You got to figure out what your boundary is, So it's a lot of different things that come into play with the TBI. Everything that I'm saying is not about me. It's about TBI. So this might fit somebody else's category. Again, though, what is your boundary? When are you going to be like, okay, enough is enough. You didn't call me a bitch every day. You didn't throw this bowl, because you know that we have to take care of you. What about us? All because you're the aggressor, but we have not done anything to you. We are here for you. And majority of the people who heard something like that, they're fucking horrible to the people to you. We are here for you. And you know that we have to take care of you. What about us? All because you're the aggressor, but we have not done anything to you. We are here for you. And majority of the people who heard something like that, they're fucking horrible to the people that are taking care of them. Why? I don't know, but the saying is supposed to be, what is it, Kathy? The people closest to you hurt?
The people closest to you hurt you the most?
Yeah, and it's like, I want more for Jamal.
Yeah.
Regardless.
He want more for himself?
And I can't push him if he or if he don't want to come around, or if he wants to go over there. And for me, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Of course.
This is 5 years.
Yeah. Damn. That's a lot,
so it's like, in a way, like, not saying like you did it for no reason, but it's like, you here, make the best out of a second chance. Don't let the people outside who don't have nothing bring you to have nothing, or bring you to simply be in the same situation that got you into this. Like I said, I can't do another trauma. I can't do another phone call. I can't do I can't do it. I'm still tired from the first situation, when we should be preventing it. That's what we're doing right now, preventing it from happening. And it's only one of me.
In case you couldn't figure out what she was talking about in this segment, because a little bit is cut off that I wanted to include. I don't know where it went. I didn't feel like going back to go get it, because I'm going to include the clip and y'all can go watch the full thing over there. However, to make y'all understand, she was talking about Jamal now being able to make the decision to go with them, the other people, be outside, and how that is hard for her to deal with, because I've been here for 5 years helping you get to this point, and not like a throw it in his face, but it's like, it's hard to watch you make the decision to go be and do the things that you're doing that I know is going to possibly hinder you or put you in harm's way, but it's not really something that I can control. So now she's at a point where she is trying to learn how to let go some, focus on herself, and build herself back up because of everything that they've been through in the 5 years. You know, she explains like it wasn't an easy road. They've been through a lot of stuff, and now she's able to take some time now that she has that freedom. And even with her having that freedom, it's hard. You know, mothers, when you have children and your kids finally get that freedom, those who were very close knit with their children, now they going off into the world, they doing their own thing. It's hard to see that child you poured all your love into now choosing to be somewhere else, and you want to just keep them from harm's way, but they have to go out and they have to figure it out on their own. It's almost like something like that. You know what I'm saying? After you nurse something back from after it was harmed back to life, pretty much legit back to life, and now you see them venturing back into the very same things that put them in that place. You know, it's like alarms going off in your head and you want to stop them, but what really can you do? You know what I'm saying? So let's continue.
You know, so I said I'm going on a healing journey, and I'm bringing y'all with me. And
Yeah, we're ready for it.
you know,
We're ready to see more of you.
that's where I'm at right now. It's like I can't get on here, and one thing about the internet is they gonna joke, they gonna play, shit ain't gonna be real, but I can't get on here and smile at y'all, and I'm going through so much behind the scenes. It's so hard to smile with me being an emotional person. I can't even do it.
Yeah, this is important too, like just for TBI survivors and like how the family deals with it. Like this is important to put out there.
And that's the part that I'm saying, that like, if you don't deal with somebody with a TBI, you don't understand. There's literally no book that I could read that says you're going to go through this. And y'all got to understand, like, boy, I done been through some shit. And I mean, I've never went through the shit before. So that's the part that is hardest, is I'm going through a lot of things that have never happened to me in my life, not in one relationship. And now I'm going through this when a person is hurt. Normally you get hurt and you do better.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So it's like, but again, we know that it is not the person, it is the injury.
We
Yeah.
got like 4 other people.
Okay, I'm just gonna wish you the best.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
I really like your content, and I
It's kind of like y'all have to balance out, because if not, it's just going to be bicker between both of y'all all the time. And it's more so, it's not like at the end of the day, y'all are just a couple. Y'all have a child. At the end of the day, he's going to be in your life for the rest of your life. You can focus on yourself with him in your life. You just have to let him know your boundaries and what you want. And all he has to do is respect it.
I can tell that this lady is not someone who, one, has dealt with someone with this type of injury, or two, who is actually listening. Or maybe she is listening, but she didn't comprehend the dialogue, like, and understand what someone with the TBI is like. You can set all the boundaries that you want, you know, but when you have an issue with retaining memory and things like that, you can say something to somebody 1,000,000 times, and tomorrow or the next hour or the next minute, everything that you said to them went in one ear and out the next. And it's not done purposely, not all the time. Most of the time it's not done on purpose. You can know, because you, depending on what type of brain injury he has, like what side and all that stuff goes into play. But it's not something that he can control. He may want to do all these things, but he cannot control remembering these boundaries that she set. Maybe somewhere down the road, possibly, depending on like the type of TBI he has, because I don't know that, meaning like what side and what part of the brain was actually, you know, harmed. But this is not something she could do with him. So people just are not listening.
And the same with him.
I think on the boundary part, again, we got to understand that we are dealing with somebody with a TBI. So if anybody doesn't know what a TBI is, it is a traumatic brain injury. So a lot of things that y'all say that might be simple, they're not going to be simple because of the person that I'm dealing with. So boundaries, we didn't try the boundaries. it's a TBI. It's the shit that you're gonna have to go through. The thing is do you want to be here? Do you not? And how can you limit it or make it better or help the person? But the boundaries part with the person with the TBI, that shit out the window. Like they hear you.
Yeah.
But that's it. They just hear you. It's just it's another word. That's it.
Thank you, Kayla girl. All right, we're gonna go Drea. Sid, you could pull her down for
Oh,
Hey girl.
okay, I have a question. Okay, when Jamal, okay, when he's just laying there at night and just, he probably be thinking or whatever, the case may be. Maybe like he's afraid that he can't be like 100% better. And he don't know how to deal with it. So maybe like this is a way of him acting out or just afraid
I can
of
see that. Because what man wants, they women doing everything. When I just told you that he's the man that does everything, I could see that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, okay, so what are we going to do to make this better? You know, like if I'm not giving you a hard time and I'm still doing everything, we have to figure out how to get over that, because I could definitely understand that. But
Man, listen to what she said at that part. Like, rewind that part, y'all, and listen to it, right? Because can you imagine being in Jamal's position and laying there at night and understanding like you got a TBI and your restrictions, and you know that you're probably frustrating your girl, the person who's taking care of you and the person around you, and you afraid kind of to move forward or to try more because you don't think you can do any better. So now you're lashing out, most likely, in doing things just to be like destructive of yourself because you're doubting how far you can go, right? And then you, on the other hand, a person caring for him and loving him, wants to see him do better, and you understand that, he may have this self-doubt, but you trying to figure out, well, where do we go from here? But in the same breath, you understand that where do we go from here, and figuring it out might not be something that y'all can do together. It has to be something she actually has to figure out on her own. What can I do for myself? What type of boundary can I set for myself? One that can't relay on him, like abiding by, just one for myself. And how do I move forward? Like, how do you live a life like that for the rest of your life? And then that very hard question, do you want to live that life for the rest of your life? That's a realistic question. And not even just with a boyfriend or a spouse. You have people taking care of a parent or a child that have to make these types of decisions. Listen to what she said, y'all. It's not that she is trying to leave Jamal. She is just struggling with some stuff, like almost like some realizations are coming in. It was the adrenaline before of getting him to be better and to do better, fighting for him to be able to walk and talk and be independent. And now that y'all have pretty much gotten there, where do we go from here? Now that you have these things, I want to see you do more. You at a place where you kind of fighting against that because you got self-doubt. But then I'm here. So what's next? Let's listen.
And then that's where the bad influence come in at too. Like it's feeding it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, this is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so he takes that, and so it feeds into that. So it's like, okay, and then here go you. Like just be strong. Just be strong and don't give up.
Right.
I don't think it's a giving up thing. Like, everybody on here, again, needs to understand, Jamal's not going to be left. Like, we're going to deal with each other. I know for a fact that Jamal has no other support. I'm going to be taking care of Jamal for the rest of my life. That's nor here or there. How are we going to deal with it so things are more not toxic and so damaging to me? Like, I don't want to wake up one day because of the stuff that you're doing that I feel you should be doing better.
Y'all heard that? How are they going to fix it so that the things that he's choosing to do is not damaging to her? That's the struggle she's dealing with right now. Like, what can I do to create a safe space for myself? Because it's not really much she's going to be able to do with Jamal, because he is who he is, along with the TBI combating who he is. You know what I'm saying? Removing some of those things that someone without a TBI could function with. He no longer has certain things, like the ability to long-term memory and stuff like that. him having the aggression that comes along with the TBI. Those are things that he may never be able to change ever for the rest of his life. So now you have made the conscious decision. She has made the conscious decision. You hear her. He don't got nobody else that's going to take care of him. Or not that he doesn't have anyone else. She's made the conscious decision that I'm going to be it for him for the rest of like my life. I'm going to be taking care of him. But how can I create a space for me that protects me so that it's not toxic? Because at some point in one of her lives or something I watched, she mentioned how like Jamal be fighting, like they be getting into it. She was like, you know, he may have an injury, but he's strong and he will try to boop, boop, bop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. So, man.
Or that you're just simply doing to me and being like, okay, well, you're going to be taken care of, but I'm not going to deal with you. I don't want that when I know he's going through something, but I'm also not going to play like this nigga don't know what the fuck is going on. I have a really big heart, and Jamal knows that. And that's why I think that I go through a lot more is I have this heart. He knows.
Now, listening to what she just said, this is why I said most times, like, they be knowing. Most times they don't, you know, they don't get it. Not that they don't get it, but memory loss and all that stuff is a problem. But sometimes it's not, because like she said, he knows her, how kind-hearted she is. And how many people who are kind-hearted give you the shirts off their back do people do dirty? Take out the TBI. How many of y'all women listening to this, if you got this far, have been used like by a man, like he just go above and beyond doing the most because he know you ain't gonna go nowhere because you just that kind-hearted. And she knows that part about you. So I'm sure that's a whole nother struggle. Like, I know you're dealing with this and you're dealing with this and you're dealing with this, but I also know that you know this. Like, it's not always that. Sometimes it's just who you are being, taking advantage of who I am as a person. So can you imagine? I can't.
If I sit here today and be like, you know what? You got me fucked up. You went and did this. Leave. Where are you going to go?
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't a situation where like he has to be here. But if he wants to live how he's been living, he has to be here. He does have, you know, people, the whites, the courts that will take him out and he will just be in a nursing home. I'm pretty sure he don't want that and I don't want that. Right. So it's best that we figure out how to go about this where you still, if you want to go live and do the stupid shit, go ahead and do it. But we need to find the safe way because I know for a fact, all 2,000 of y'all, if I ever got on here and said that Jamal is gone because of some shit that I don't know about because I'm sitting at home and he want to go do this, y'all would be stuck, stomach hurting, literally losing your minds. Right. None of us want it. So it's like, what are we going to do? Which is why I want to start healing myself because it's just too much. It's too much in my head. It's too much on my heart. And I feel like I have gotten him as far as I can put him, and Jamal can make his own decisions. So this isn't like, oh, you tell Jamal what to do. Jamal's making his own decisions. Right. I can't argue with a grown man. I can't be like, bring your motherfucking ass at home. Like, I'm not going to embarrass myself calling a million motherfucking times when I know you living your best life. Right. Now, will he come when he ready? He come when he ready. But it's like, again, you should be healing. Right. That's the part that I want everybody to understand. You should be healing. You should be working on walking and talking. And when you have bad support, all that shit is going to get blocked. It's going to be foggy. You're not going to be able to hear it because outside is fun. Is it not? Yes. Outside fun.
Outside is fun. Listen,
outside. Outside fun. So is outside better than therapy? It sounds like it. Do I want to learn how to walk or I want to go to the bar and I want to drink? Y'all were literally on here when I went to the bar and found Jamal by himself. I don't understand. I don't think y'all understand how mad I was that day. I don't think y'all understood how pissed, how embarrassed I was that somebody dropped my baby daddy off to a bar by himself and I so happened to come. Mm-hmm. So that just shows that, like, people don't give a fuck. They want you to come out, be nosy, whatever. And you just was there. I think y'all was just as shocked as I was when I came there and seen him. I couldn't fucking believe it. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason because I
not left a man at the bar by himself, belligerent and drunk. Like, I feel like I just messed that up, but y'all know what I was trying to say. Like, why would y'all leave him alone in a bar by himself? What if she had not gotten there, like, just so happened to go to that bar that night? That's wild that she just so happened to go to that bar that night. Anything could have happened to that man. Yes, he is independent, but he still could be taken advantage of. Like, or he could be gone. Like, in that same situation, someone shot at this man. In another part of the story, a different live, she talks about how his family actually took him back around the same man that shot him. Why would y'all do that? Like, she said, trying to figure out like how much he remember like from the incident. Like, what? Now, what if he remember everything? This man out here walking free, and then the man feel like, oh, it's an opportunity, he could go put me in jail, and now he going, and y'all already got him out here looking like a sitting duck. So you have that fear. Nobody not going to care for him the way I care for him, like the way she's caring for him. Nobody looking out for him in the way that she's looking out for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but this is where you're choosing to be. You're choosing to be with these people who don't have your best interest at heart, who not going to look out for you like I'm going to look out for you, who don't really fully understand like what you're going through, and they can't just be so lenient and just let you do whatever, although you grown. Like, oh, sheesh.
Ended up going to the bar. And I took him home, and y'all heard that man saying, no, let him come with me. Oh, I got him. I'm a good person. This is not about nobody being a good person. This is about if my baby daddy is good, and he is belligerently drunk, and he's not going nowhere but motherfucking home. And I shouldn't have to argue with no nigga or no female about where he going. And that be the problem, is people don't respect their boundaries.
Right.
But again, you don't respect them because he don't make them. He just, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go here, and these people gonna take me, and then where you at? You at the bar, drunk as fuck, and it's like anything can happen to you.
Anything.
Y'all gotta go check out the full live me. I'm telling you, this was a good conversation, and it doesn't just have to be someone who is suffering from a TBI. Or dealing with someone who suffered from a TBI. You can apply this to a lot of different scenarios where you are the caregiver of an individual, and it can resonate with you. You don't have to go through this alone. It sounds like she's going to be doing these type of conversation and having these types of lives frequently, because she's trying to focus on herself now. And if you need this type of dialogue, this type of help, you need to know that you not just tripping, and you want not to feel guilty, because a lot of people feel guilty asking themselves these questions. It is normal. You are still human. And while you love a person and you want them to do better, and you want better for them, and you want to be able to take care of them, it's okay to have the emotions and feelings that you have. And it's okay to choose you. People want to judge you and say you selfish and you ain't never care and this, that, and the third. But I guarantee you, all those people who say those things probably wouldn't walk a day in your shoes. They done passed the responsibility off to someone else like you, and wouldn't dare step up to the plate. So, yeah, this was a good conversation. Like I said, the link won't be in the description box, and she's going to do more of these talks. I forget the days. I'll try to find out for y'all and include that in the description box too. But if you head over to her actual page, she drops it in the full dialogue. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments.